Oh my god.
There you go.
That sucks. Guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Zach.
And we're back with the Andor Season 2, Episode 12, the finale. It's the end of an era, Zach.
It is. Andor has been one of the greatest treats I've gotten out of the Star Wars franchise in a long time.
I mean, it's been good, and if they ended the way they want to. It's weird. I didn't think I was going to feel this way, because I've just watched the movies a lot. I mean, the Star Wars is always on my mind, and the movies are on multiple times a year in my house. Mm-hmm. I mean, usually I'm the only one who watches them, but...
Yeah.
This makes me want to watch Rogue One, kind of.
Absolutely. Rogue One has such a cool atmosphere and well acted, good story, cool characters.
One of the best endings in a Star Wars movie, too.
Absolutely.
Anyways, guys, go check out our post-talk with the last episode. We have to get Clea out of here, and she's not wanting to go to Yavin because the way they think of Luthen and everything else.
Yeah, they're all stuck up over in Yavin.
We also had Wilman kind of take up for him, too.
He did, and we also have, which Wilman's been put in the, on the brig more or less.
Yeah.
Deidre's in the brig.
Yeah.
There's a confrontation about to occur between Hirt and our boy Andor.
Yeah.
And crew. Words out on Saul. Maybe we got the most we're going to get out of him. Maybe we just had that moment where he was just converting Wilman and
it was. If you think about it, it's one of his finest moments too.
Oh, I agree completely. I don't know that you can really top it.
Yeah.
So if they leave it there and buried, and
then it'll be like, all right, and I guarantee we'll get more of him anyways over the years.
I would hope so.
I mean, he'll be in Jedi Fallen Order 3. He'll, I imagine. I mean, we're gonna have the.
Was he in Survivor?
Let me tell you. Yeah, he is.
Okay, well, if it's just part of the story, not something you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's not like he just come. At least I'm 99% sure he's in Survivor.
Well, I know he's in Fallen Order because you run into him on Kashyyyk.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if maybe he keeps popping up.
I bet he might even pop in the mall show. I mean, he'll just be popping up. Anyways, guys, before we jump into this for the last time, check us out on Patreon to see the full-length uncut reaction to this finale. We appreciate the support. Let's jump in.
You can rest there.
As a prisoner.
As a hero. I'm not leaving you here.
Pretty sure he died a bad way.
Yep. And Smash Rooney.
What's funny is he's just like this nice droid, and then he beat you to death. How loud is this blaster fire?
I know. It's being a set.
Two with me, one flank. You can tuck in, sir. Got this from here.
Oh, I thought he was going to go to the front. I mean, okay, I respect him now.
Nope.
No, I don't think so.
You can stop right there! Go. Slowly raise your hands above your head. No sudden movements.
I feel like I can get out of there. Can you?
Hold your fire.
It wasn't that fast.
This is your first and final warning!
How many? Don't know.
I need to see open hands! And I need to see them now!
We can still close the door. We'll be trapped as opposed to what? Kay, where are you? Kay.
It's going to have to be Kay. Coming in clutch.
Sergeant! Stop there!
There you go.
We have another hallway scene, though. I love a good hallway scene.
Kick him out.
Dude, you stood there for a second. Come on.
Yeah. Could have done something.
Go!
Remember what fucking Andrew Garfield does? He hits it out of the air.
What's the closest tactical unit we have in here?
Apparently everyone's out running down the emergency disease warrant.
Run it! Get anything you can.
The frustration is telling me.
Stop right there!
Pretty sure he's dead.
No way.
Cassian, I've cleared a path.
That was pretty,
It was really intense. Really cool.
This should be open priority. We need units immediately.
Push the request. Push it now.
Alright, this is badass, but start jogging.
I think the droid should have carried the girl.
I assume any doubts about my value have been erased.
You can speed up now.
You're welcome.
Hey,
Tell me why, whenever I'm being scolded for troubling you, I'm reminded the rebellion is bigger than all of us.
This is more than inconvenience.
Why should I believe anything you say?
We know you're on Jedha, Saul.
We know you're picking up Imperial transports. We're trying to share what we...
How many more meddling squealers have you set my way?
I'm trying to help you.
You have no idea where I am. Or your spies and infiltrators.
It's the Empire that's after you, Saul, not us.
If only you could fight, as well as you lie.
That was his last stand, I guess.
The missing U-Wing. There's a situation.
Have they found it?
Is this Andor?
I believe so.
With a stolen ship. On an unsupervised mission.
You can make that case. Oh, lucky Merrick's away. He'd go shoot it down himself. Let's hope that's not necessary.
Love to see a Mon Calamari emote.
Nothing.
Why aren't they answering?
We could be anybody.
They'll figure it out. We're getting close, aren't we?
I suspect we'll be shot down as an enemy probe.
Shut up, Kate. Failure to comply with our specific commands will trigger immediate destruction.
I planned to tell him I was kidnapped.
I mean, they should be able to see you in the window and report back.
yeah.
Stop right there!
She's injured.
Who else is with you?
Hello.
Just us.
She's carrying valuable information.
Yeah.
Keep him at the hangar.
I have important news.
I certainly hope so.
Because I'm a prick, and I'm not going to stop.
I went to save an old friend. Of that, I'm guilty. It's what I learned when I got there that made us come back so recklessly.
You went to save Luthen Rail.
Luthen is dead. We found Clea.
Is she alright?
She will be.
Well, let's have it, Captain.
Luthen Rail had a source in the ISB. Luthen was called to an emergency meeting. The source told him he just learned that the Emperor's secret energy project was the cover story for the manufacture of a weapon.
What kind of a weapon are we talking about?
I don't know about the weapon.
Then what's the point?
Let him finish.
But there's a connection between the Gorman destruction, the Kyber mining on Jedha, and an Imperial engineer named Galen Erso.
It sounds like a paranoid fantasy.
Luthen Rail died for this.
And how has that been verified?
The problem, Captain, is Luthen.
It's hard not to wonder if your judgment here might be less than objective.
I'll have to disagree. Did you know him? Any of you?
Oh, please.
When I say I know Luthen, I mean I know the good and the bad. I know what was wrong with him. I had a front row seat on that. But none of that can take away what he did and how hard it was. I don't know if what he was told is true or not, but it's insulting to hear him run down by people who have given a fraction of his sacrifice to this rebellion.
Enough! When's the last time you two spoke? A year ago.
A year ago.
When he had me rescue Senator Mothma from the Senate.
Right about that, wasn't he?
Noted.
I wonder if Saul doesn't like these people.
His paranoia, his secrecy, his inability to collaborate.
The web of doubts that he created.
So we do nothing?
Dodonna and Merrick will be back tomorrow night.
This is active intelligence.
More like puffed up speculation.
We will follow up tomorrow night with a full session.
Requesting permission to visit the infirmary.
Permission granted.
I wouldn't look at anyone like that when I knew there was tension. You just make things worse.
Sometimes I feel like you have to.
It doesn't
No, because it's
do
bullshit.
anything.
What they're doing is bullshit. That's why, and they should know and feel like it's bullshit. No, fucking.
It's also Jedha. And you think this can wait?
You're in no position to make suggestions, Captain.
He's the one who sends on some of those missions in the movie, isn't he? Because he tells him to kill Jen's dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't like that.
No, because they're fucking assholes, Shane. Tried telling you that.
Not exactly the hero's welcome I promised, was it? I'm doing what I can. I promise.
I wonder what's going to happen to her.
I thought we were having breakfast.
Luthen's dead. Cassie brought Claire back. When did this happen? Just now.
I need something.
They brought back some curious information.
Spy on him.
Help me believe him.
Twisting people's words. Spout. No, you're helping me believe. It's the kind of people that send people to Saul, and that's what makes him paranoid, because everyone's trying to fucking spy on his ass.
He's dead, Will. He made it worth it.
Honestly, I love the fact that he kind of hangs heavy over the show. I was kind of hoping that, I was paranoid that in the end that they were going to have a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
Another message from Catherine. He won't talk to anybody but Andor.
Call it back.
Will you drink to Luthen?
Just this once. Gorn. Nemec. Taramin. The Gormans. Eric's. Your mother.
Oh, yeah.
Mon wants to know if your Luthen story is real.
He died for it. None of this exists without him. None of us are here. Claire wouldn't lie about it.
Her last conversation with Clea, I think, was tense.
Right.
Tell me what she said.
I thought it was at the wedding. I just hope Perrin isn't bored somewhere.
Struggle seems impossible. I know this already.
Oh, cool.
Remember this. Freedom is a pure idea. It occurs spontaneously. Random acts of insurrection are occurring constantly throughout the galaxy. There are whole armies, battalions that have no idea that they've already enlisted in the cause. Remember that the frontier of the rebellion is everywhere. And even the smallest act of insurrection pushes our lines forward. Tyranny requires constant effort. It breaks. Authority is brittle. Oppression is the mask of fear.
I'm assuming you've heard it before. Just keep spreading, doesn't it?
So they put out his manifesto, huh?
I'm afraid they're waiting for you, sir.
May I have a moment to collect my thoughts?
Think he'll commit suicide.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So you knew what that meant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that he had to die.
You should reconnect with Bix.
It was a good ending, though.
Yeah, the buck stops with him, even though it's sometimes it's bullshit.
She's safe, isn't she?
That's what I hear.
She wouldn't be safe with me. It's too late for that.
She might disagree.
Once this settles down, maybe.
Leia?
Let me go.
It's Val.
Don't kill her.
Come on, you can't stay out here. Come on.
You always used to say, know your way out before you go in.
I have friends everywhere. You're here with friends.
I love how that took on a new meaning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how this is going to end.
I don't know either.
I just don't want to end quietly.
I don't want everybody just committing suicide, because I think that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
General Draven brought us home.
He's outside.
He's going to give him that mission to...
Tivik's on Kafrene until tomorrow. He'll only meet with you.
That doesn't sound promising.
Do you trust him?
I try.
Is he the guy he shoots?
Destroyer marked it for Jedha as of 2 days ago. Jedha, Kyber crystal, and ISB Morton. Luther died to get us in motion. Now Tivik keeps calling us.
How do I get to Kafrene?
Ooh.
He's just dreaming about her.
The man you do not like is here.
Excuse us, droid. General Draven has your orders. Proceed to your contact, learn what you can.
Do it quickly.
If I die fighting the Empire, I want to go down swinging.
Well, you don't. You just blow up.
You and Luthen would have gotten along much better than you think.
Yeah. That's his look on the movie. Doesn't that guy tell him that the Empire's building a weapon too? Before he shoots him?
I need to rewatch the movie.
Oh, Perrin!
Perrin and the big-haired lady.
Oh, fuck. For real? That is...
It's an ignominious end.
On Narkina 9, that's where those outfits were used. But they might use them everywhere. Or Narkina 5.
The prison.
Yeah. Oh my god.
There you go.
Ah, it sucks. How did some force healer get here? She must have other skills.
Just like everybody else, I guess. Ah!
He looks exactly like he does, too.
Dish. We see that dish being put on when Rogue One.
Yeah.
There's a rumor we have a flight plan.
The Ring of Kafrene.
Kiving?
Get inside.
Oh, well.
She got
Oh
baby-
my
she got
god.
baby.
Yep.
There you go.
Now that's even sadder.
At the same time, it's like you choose the rebellion, but you're just choosing to keep your man in the rebellion. Were you in the rebellion?
She might not. She
raising
chose to
kids?
keep Cassian in it, and she might not have known she was pregnant. You know what I mean?
That's nice, though. So someone said in one of the comments to listen to all this.
Yeah, I saw that too. Guys, that was the end. I'm supremely satisfied.
It's very good.
I didn't know it was going to be that quiet in the last episode, but honestly, it's kind of the calm before the storm that is Rogue One. And what's interesting is I kept thinking about, as we've gone through season 1 and 2, and mostly through season 2, obviously, everything has increased and escalated until the point till we get to Tarkin, Death Star, Vader. It gets serious.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys had to get involved at that point.
Well, also, see, the first 9 episodes of this season have been stitching up the development of the first season.
Yeah.
And a lot of those character arcs, because they knew that in these last few episodes they had to close Luthen's.
Yeah.
And begin the segue into Rogue One.
Yeah.
So that's more or less what the last 2 episodes were. But I did really like them.
No, yeah, it was kind of, like I said, they were a little more quiet than I thought I wanted, but I end up, like, I have no regrets. Like, I think it's...
No, I understand what it leads to, because now it just makes me want to watch Rogue One.
Me-
I think it's just like a prefix.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
Rogue One, and now it just makes me want to watch Rogue One again. If it just wasn't for those 2 guys, that the wills of the Force, where those guys are. I don't like those guys, but
The Wills?
where they are, the blonde guy and his buddy.
Oh my god, I love those characters.
I know you do, but they're not. I'm not a huge fan of them.
Yeah.
But whatever.
How'd you feel about her having a kid?
I don't know. I feel like it's good because Cassian has left something behind, even though he doesn't know about it.
Yeah, it adds to the tragedy of his story.
It does.
Posthumous.
But at the same time, it's like there's an idea that his lineage goes on.
And that's great.
And it's not that he's just, they broke up, sucks. And that makes sense why Val, or Vel, whatever the hell her name is, she said that maybe don't wait too long.
Yeah. Which makes it even sadder.
Yeah.
I like how the rebellion got their shit together. At first I was a little taken back by like, okay, you're just making a bunch of jerks, but then you're kind of mirroring the Empire where there's levels of incompetence on both sides, and that might be the theme. But just because, the Force Unleashed, and there's a lot of other pre-Disney material where the rebellion is competent and they're this and they're that, but it honestly just kind of makes sense for the theme of the show. Is like, there's, they're the rebellion, but even within the rebellion, Cassian's a rebel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
well, it's that they have a power structure that's trying to, in its mind, reestablish this sense of like, we're the good guys. We're the justice. And Luthen, always a lunatic and he's a scoundrel. And Saul, you can't rein him in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's paranoid and like.
Well, and I loved how Cassian, because I'm glad Wilman said what he said, but I wanted to hear something from Cassian. That to me was like, if I don't hear anything from Cassian, I'm not gonna like that. Yeah. And he gave to me such a fulfilling thing. Like, take it or leave it, good and bad. I knew him, and none of this was possible without him. So don't run him down. That just fucking made me emotional, man.
Yeah, spoken like words you would use. Which is not a dig. I mean, I think that it was well said, and I just love my boy Saul. At least got to be in there in this last episode.
Yeah.
Boy, you could fight as well as you lie.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's certainly crazy. Like it's in a canon, he's off his rocker. But I mean, I think what's important is everyone in this rebellion has been very important.
Well, he's a competent madman, though.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he's operating with a paranoia that the Rebel Alliance and Yavin is. Like, they don't want leaks. They don't want I'm sorry. They don't want Cassian leaving and coming, and it's a security issue.
And Saul, even in this episode, they said that he's a lunatic or whatever they said about him, and then Draven spoke up and said, "No, it's a functional operation."
Yeah.
So
it's because even though he's a prick, and I think you definitely think he's a prick, he understands.
I went easy on him later in this episode.
Well, I think he understands.
I forgot because I haven't seen Rogue One in a while.
Yeah,
and I'll admit that I was wrong.
He's cool in Rogue One.
Well, he gets cool. He's not cool at first. He's still like a prick at the beginning, and then softens up a little bit. Like he's kind of like, all right, well, there's a time and place for this being a prick, and there's a time and place for I believe you.
Yeah.
What can we do?
And here I don't know if they believe him, but they're like, hey, go out there and investigate. Because we're getting information from you. Now we're getting information that Tivik wants to meet. Something's going on. So go meet him. And then Tivik, I'm pretty sure.
Because they're binding Kyber on Jedha.
Yeah.
And that's why
Kyber,
Saul's targeting them on Jedha, because they have the operation there.
Yeah, and he's just doing it just to target them.
No, yeah, because anywhere they're at, he just wants to get his hits in.
Yeah, so I wonder if, this is what I'm wondering, they said there's now an Imperial Star Destroyer there. So I wonder if they thought that you brought a Star Destroyer there because of your actions. But in reality, there's a Star Destroyer there because no one knew that they're mining Kyber for the Death Star.
Yeah.
So in reality,
it's fortuitous that he is there.
Yeah, it might be. Because he might have delayed them by a couple of days.
Yeah.
Just doing what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I loved hearing Kamek or whatever his name is, his manifesto. The fact that
Tivik.
No,
Tivik's on Kafrene.
Yeah, I think it says with a K or something, but
I thought it's.
He died in Aldani. Well, he didn't die out in Aldani. He died escaping Aldani.
He died on the ship.
Yeah, well, he died in surgery, right? Because they went to that planet, and that's the guy who said his brother killed himself.
With all the arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looked like Maz Kanata species, except it wasn't him. Yeah, I love that came back into the story. That they have, off screen, they have leaked that out to inspire people.
It's interesting that part of guys was listening to that before he committed suicide.
Yeah, it's almost like
maybe he's regretting his life decisions.
Yeah, or maybe they're right. Like, this whole fucking thing that we're a part of that's about to kill me, like, whoever this is, they're right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny is that guy's dead.
Yeah.
and Partagaz doesn't know he's dead. He's like, who is this? You know what I mean? Like, and he's just someone who died fighting.
Echoes an eternity.
Yeah, such injustice, I think, for Partagaz and Dedra.
Yeah, I mean, it's fitting though that the system ate them.
Yeah,
because they helped defend and protect this system and chase down these rebels, and in the end, they both met ignominious ends. They just
and it's kind of, I mean, I know like George Gilroy's a pretty big fan of history, and he wanted to talk about these terrible regimes that eat people. He wanted to talk about revolutions. He wanted to talk about freedom fighters, and he's never been able to do anything like that. So all that stuff he just put into this. He said, like, he's been a history fan for years. He studied the French Revolution, the American Revolution, all these things. He got to put it in this. I wonder what he would have done with more seasons, but I know he has no regrets, and I'm really happy with this. I think
I'm not sure that it. Either way, I'm not sure how much it would have benefited from having more seasons. It may have stretched it thin. It's nice that we got this, and maybe that means that he'll be involved with other projects in the future that suit him. So that'd be cool. The Q&A.
Yeah, we usually do the Q&A first. Let's do it now. The Caesarian? Okay. I thought of a few more questions while just laying in bed struggling to sleep. I imagine this is the second comment then. Okay, but I'll still read this one first. Did Lonnie deserve what happened to him? All that he sacrificed just to be gunned down, only for the Luthen to be caught soon after anyways with no connection to the murder. So that's question one. No, I don't think any of them deserve to die, but it makes sense in the context of the story. I actually kind of theorized that maybe Luthen would die saving Lonnie.
Yeah, I mean, we reap what we sow. Yeah, I feel like Donnie, it's not so much him deserving to die, but I felt like it was probably inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because Luthen always talked about the inevitability of dying for the cause.
Yeah.
I imagine if Luthen can save anyone without any connection to him and with no risk, he would have no problem doing it.
Yeah.
But if there's even a little bit of risk, he doesn't want to take that chance. Just like he didn't want to do it with Mon's friend. Do you think Dedra will join the New Republic, or will she become Captain Phasma?
She's not tall enough to become Captain
Yeah,
Phasma.
she ain't like 6'4" or whatever.
Yeah, and
unless she's like half cyborg.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. That's a good question. I don't know. It's sad. I mean, they're going to have records on her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's fun to think about, but I do feel bad for her.
She did a fantastic job in the role.
Yeah, it's hard not to like her. Yeah.
Is the ISB scrapped now? Well, we know they're not because Wolf Yularen
he's
on
sitting
the Death Star.
Yeah, he's sitting at that table.
Yeah. Is Dedra on Narkina 5 playing Floor is Lava? That's what it looked like. I think the irony was that she ended up there after Cassian was sent there.
Mm-hmm.
So the systems ended up swallowing her.
Yeah.
And lastly, I don't know if I missed a scene, but how is it BBY1, yet we are starting Rogue One? And someone made a comment on that note, at least, that there isn't really a year zero. It just goes from the BB1.
That's what people. Yeah, that's what people don't understand about AD and BC. You know what I mean? There's no year zero.
Yeah.
And it could be that year up to that event, and that would be considered zero. Is that the explosion of the Death Star?
Mm.
The Ninja Bees. I feel like this show did such an amazing job world building the Empire and original trilogy era. What era or period of Star Wars do you want to see get an Andor approach next in terms of the tone and the direction?
It's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. There's a lot of great eras. Honestly, if this team was doing any era, my least favorite era is probably not between not between 6 and 7, but 7, 8, 9 era is kind of my least favorite era. And that's nothing to do with the movies or anything. But this team could do any era and I'd watch it. It could do Old Republic. It could do prequel trilogy. It could do, it's doing obviously this era now, the Dark Times. I mean, they could do something after episode 6 and it'd be fucking fantastic. So
it'd be cool to see them do a series based off of Fallen Order or...
I mean, yeah, that would be great. I mean, I know there's been conversation.
That kind of like is structured the same way Rogue One is, because at the end, Vader just is like unleashing hell, and it's kind of ends the same way that Rogue One does. But
imagine that live action.
All right, Darth Gullet. Is it Gullet? Gallet?
I think it's Gallet. It's Cody Gallet. Yeah, looks like Gallet. Yeah.
All right. What are your thoughts on Luthen? We got some of his backstory, and just as a character overall, he was such an important figure in the rebellion, but many people don't even know who he is because he was more in the shadows. Each stage of rebellion has different aspects, and honestly, it really reminded me of someone who's never going to see the goodness that the universe will become after the fall of the Empire, but you need people like him to start the fire. So that discussion was had. He made comments about it, and Saul made comments about it, that they weren't going to be alive when the New Republic comes into play. But they, we're the Rhino. Yeah, the fuel that burns. And so they understood that they were kind of the extremists. They were the incendiaries. They were the ones that struck the match, lit the powder keg.
Yeah.
And
no, I mean,
his death was a little softer than I anticipated.
Well, he definitely could have been a lot worse for his ass.
Well, I'm just saying that in terms of he didn't go out in a bang.
Yeah, but it's almost because of what it did for Clea.
No, I mean, it works. I'm not saying it didn't. I'm just saying, though, I wasn't anticipating it to be kind of a soft kill.
Yeah.
I was anticipating it to be more of like, he's going out in a blaze of glory kind of thing. But that's kind of what happens to Saul, I guess.
Yeah.
So he gets...
Yeah, if he just did the same thing, it might be a little... I mean, I wouldn't care, but I get why a storyteller might go, well, let's try to do something different. Let's make it about Clea. Who's Clea? How do they know Clea? How do they know each other? Dan Antonio, 7335. With characters like Clea, Vel, Wilman, Bix surviving, do you think we could see a show set between 0 ABY and 3 ABY? Maybe Han had a thing with Clea for a bit, and that's why Leia was so pissy with him for the start of Empire? Because she'd be there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they can do anything they want. I don't think we need them really
doing around.
Yeah, I guess Hey,
Shadows of the Empire.
Oh, yeah. Adapt that, because it doesn't mess with canon, really.
No, to answer whoever the fuck's question, who was that? Bees person.
Yeah, bees. Ninja bees.
The ninja bees. So, yeah, Shadows of the Empire. I'm glad they're out there, like you said.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that they're in the fight. You don't always have to see the end of every character.
Yeah.
Like Bix, it's just kind of nice to know she's living out her life raising their son. Or daughter, whatever, their kid.
Yeah.
And Vel and Clea, I can see them being in the fight. And I can honestly see, especially maybe Clea, being in something later.
Yeah, and Vel, like, if she doesn't die in the Galactic Civil War, I mean, because her fucking Mon becomes the Chancellor of the Republic, if you remember.
Yeah.
So I mean, she's got an end to a cushy job. You know what I mean?
Ace 360. What's up, Charlie?
What's up, big dog?
Shane, Zach, what was your favorite Luthen moment? I have friends everywhere. Phenomenal show. All right, my favorite was probably the catwalk scene.
Nothing. I mean, that's one of the great speeches in all of Star Wars.
Yeah, I just think not much has really topped that. He's said a lot of really cool things.
Yeah, and he says it all in a cool way. He'll just say no. Oh my gosh, that's the best line in the show.
What did he say? We spent all the peaceful moment or something like that. We were talking about it earlier.
Promises. Perfect.
No, it was perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, we wasted all the perfect. We used up all the perfect.
Yeah. So that was like really just little things like that he said.
He's just great. He's like this grizzled old man. It's just he's cast perfectly.
Yeah.
Zach Attack 1212. I'll let you read that, Zach.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna do Heeson 18.
Right.
Favorite character ending, least favorite character ending.
Party Guys had a pretty strong ending.
He had a strong ending. It was emotional, and you see, like, I don't know. Even though like it made me feel something strongly, I was just sad. I'd rather be.
Well, like Luthen's ending was strong because of Clea.
Yeah, like
his ending was kind of like we talked earlier. He kind of went out softly because it wasn't what we anticipated.
Well, we have to include that in the account of his death. I mean, that's why he died that way. So I would say his. Just because it was fucking sad. Like, that episode was fucking great.
Mm.
My least favorite might be Dedris. And not because the writing's bad, it's just because I like the character and I am so compelled by the characters that I feel even the bad fucking evil guys, I get sad when something like that bad happens to them.
Well, she just gets snuffed out. And it's just like the story that gets snuffed out. It's not like you get this satisfying. Like she had that moment of satisfaction when she captures Luthen, or at least confronts him.
Yeah, I think we're forgetting someone incredible. Fucking Cyril.
I personally was not as big of a fan of his. I mean, he was definitely important to the show, but you look at how the things end by the time it all comes to this arc, and no one mentions him. Dedra doesn't talk about him. Like, it's gone. It's done.
He's like Dedra. You know what I mean? He just been snuffed out. He played a part for the machine and died, and no one knew who he was, and no one remembered him. Cassian didn't know him.
Yeah. All right, Zack Attack 1212. Hey guys, I just want to say it's been one hell of an experience to watch such an amazing show with you fellas. Appreciated. What are your guys' favorite moments from both season 1 and 2? Favorite characters, and does Andor change the way you watch Rogue One? And then, if so, in what ways? Well, I'm about to rewatch it, not tonight because it's late, but probably this weekend. And favorite moments from season 1 and 2. Well, season 2 probably Saul's speech to Wilman.
Yeah.
That's mine. And season 1. I mean, the one that stands out are just things we talked about here recently, like Luthen's speech and whatnot. My favorite characters, I mean, I'm a big fan of Saul. I can't remember the woman's name, but I like Dedra's performance quite a bit.
Yeah.
She did a very good job. I mean, the guy who plays Cassian, Diego Luna.
Yeah, every character was just really good.
Everything was well done. So my favorite characters are probably still Saul.
Yeah. My favorite moment from season 1, if I'm not counting Luthen's speech, it would be it's either that last episode of the Aldhani arc, the heist and the escape.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I mean,
where he shoots that guy outside the tent and everything. And
yeah, it was just unbelievable. Yeah. That's where the show stepped up for me. But Narkina 5 has such a great, powerful, depressing, hopeful thing.
I also forgot about the opening of the season and the opening of the series when he's in that kind of red light district, the Blade Runner-esque place. That was a really unique scene in Star Wars. Like, that's one of my favorite moments of like scenery that I've seen in Star Wars that made me think, wow. Yeah. As opposed to that and then Fallen Order when you first arrive on that fucking trash planet. Yeah. He's playing that goddamn Mongolian music.
Honestly, one of the best parts of the show that made me feel one of the biggest things really was that episode 8. The Gorman episode. Everything fucking unfolded. And then, like, that person's, like, crying for help over the fucking radio. And
that was really powerful.
And then, he's, like, got tears in his eyes. He's driving away. And Woman's like, that's why I thought Woman would die. He's like, tell people, Cass, what you saw here. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, dude, it was... get emotional thinking about it. It's such a great... I mean, I remember thinking, like, this Gorman stuff's taking a while. And then, like, it was like the Gormans protesting. I'm like, all right, I know they're building. Is it going to unfold in a way that's satisfying? And it, like, fucking blew me away.
I'm kind of surprised that our boy Richard Sammel lived.
I'm glad he did, but he also had to live with the shame of, like, not recognizing Cyril soon enough.
Yeah, but he did get to be the one that killed him.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, that's satisfaction.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. But even then, Cyril, he was lied to, too. Like,
oh, he was, but he was still blind to what they were doing.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to be part of...
He wanted to be part of what he thought was a good thing.
Yeah.
And they used that. They used him, Dedra used him, and they used Dedra, and yeah, it worked all so well. And
uses everybody up.
And everything was thought out real well.
It was a very, very, very good series. My favorite Star Wars series, I think, today.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. One of the best shows I ever watched in my life. Yeah, guys, that's it. I mean, we're doing Star Wars Rebels, and what's funny is, like, you'll start to see, like, little things that pop, like, this is what this happens. Like, the thing they're talking about happens in Andor. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's like, it's later on.
Yeah.
But it's funny. It's not my favorite Star Wars show. It's not my favorite cartoon Star Wars show, but it's a lot of kids who grow up like that is their favorite show. And, I like it. I'm glad I'm watching with you. So go check out those reactions.
Build steam.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like it more now. And it has one of the best moments in all of the entire saga, which is a season 2 finale, which, you'll see weeks from now. Anyways, guys, thank you for the Q&A. We'll be around. Check out other stuff. Much love. See you next time.